At the University of Massachusetts, hockey is one of the most dazzling attractions, and for good reason.
Over the course of the 6-month season, thousands of fans will fill the Mullen Center to watch heavy hits, sensational saves, and electrifying moments.
But what it takes to get through a 36-game season in one of college hockey's most strenuous conferences, it would be practically impossible without guys like athletic trainer Marc Paquet and sports performance coach Mike Vaughan. Can you just tell the people, what is your primary job focus as the sports performance coach of the UMass Hockey team?
So my role is basically the physical preparation of the team, whether that is the off-season, developing guys, making sure that they're physically ready to play, whether that's from a muscular standpoint, speed and power standpoint, or a conditioning focus. And then secondarily, I would say it's making sure that on the day-to-day, we're getting what we need to be ready to practice every day and then to play every day. So there's training that we do 3 or 4 times a week. There's rehabs and reconditioning that I do after they get cleared through athletic training through Marc.
9th season here, and from what I've learned about you, if somebody's got an injury from head to toes, you're the guy they're going to. Is that correct?
Yeah, whether it's something that happens on the ice or something that's just kind of chronically been building over time, I'm the first line for prevention, care, rehab from long-term injuries too, so all the medical stuff I take care of.
The tandem has over 2 decades of experience at the college level, but their journey to Amherst began in opposing directions. For Paquet, it started in his hometown of Biddeford, Maine, just a few miles away from the University of New England, where he got his bachelor's degree. After that, he journeyed west, where he pursued his goal of working as a trainer in hockey.
I always wanted to be in hockey. I did an internship in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League when I was an undergrad. Went to Bowling Green just to get some Division I experience, so I wanted to try to get some bigger experience, and that was beneficial. I was just looking for any job. Obviously, hockey was my forte. Then I got a job in the Western Hockey League, and I was there for 3 years, and I still loved it. I was always passionate about hockey growing up, and then just kind of let it blossom into this career. And no, I would have never imagined that I would have been here, national championship team, but it's great.
As for Mike Vaughan, he's a Lowell, Massachusetts native who played football at Fitchburg State.
Dow back to pass, looking to his right. He throws. That pass is intercepted. Mike Vaughan, his second pick of the year.
His experience includes being the hockey ops director at Merrimack for the women's hockey team, but before that, he interned at the highest level of athletics.
I stuck around, I helped out train the team who was getting ready for the Sochi Olympics, and then I kind of just stayed with them. So Mike allowed me to kind of stay on, work under him, work with the other amazing staff that we had with USA Hockey, and then I got to be with them throughout their entire 6 months residency training period. So I was with the best athletes in the world, prepping for the most important games of their life.
Together, they're a team. Vaughan builds them up strong, and Paquet keeps them healthy.
A lot of hands-on work, a lot of manual therapy. We're doing soft tissue work. We use some of our modalities here, like stim ultrasounds, kind of like the old school basics, but a lot of the hands-on work I do is like active release. I do dry needling, which is a trigger point therapy that's really popular. That's something that I kind of end up with a line of guys as the week goes on to make sure that we're keeping them loose, moving well, feeling good.
Obviously, we're here in the weight room. Is there one piece of equipment that you think is your favorite, or you have most guys working on each day, perhaps?
Yeah, I would say, so these jump mats over here, these get used 4 times a week. Essentially, it's a way for us to monitor and focus on how our guys' nervous systems are doing. So we jump to analyze, but also to develop power. And we're using these again 4 days a week to kind of assess, see where the guys are at, what training adjustments may have to be made.
Treatment tables here, this is where we do the majority of our work because as I was saying, what I do a lot of is manual therapy, which is just the hands-on. So stretching, some massage, soft tissue release. Our ultrasound stim unit we use a lot for just helping them warm up, helping them get ready, mitigating pain. There's some cupping sets here. Cupping has kind of been all the rage since Michael Phelps was using it at the Olympics, but that's kind of a popular one here too. Again, I think the most important thing is just getting my hands on the guys, prescribing them some movements and exercises that they can do in the gym that kind of bridge the gap between myself and Mike. But yeah, just having the space where the guys can come in, gather, tell me what's going on. Some of the stuff they take upon themselves to stretch, and then I'm just helping them identify if there's anything more that they can do.
How important is weight training for these guys?
it's completely vital. Like without it, we aren't able to do and perform the way that's necessary on the ice. Upper body wise, like they have to be able to sustain the hits from the guys on the ice, whether that's practice or in games, but also like the boards don't really move, right? So you're hitting an almost immovable object going 20 to 30 miles an hour. Like if you don't have the support structures upper body wise, bad things are gonna happen. And then on the flip side, lower body wise, like that strength is a foundational piece for them to be fast and explosive on the ice. And without it, like we're gonna be slow, we're gonna be behind the play, or we're just not gonna be in good enough shape to be able to compete night in and night out, which really hasn't been a problem.
Though they don't score goals or make saves, the players still see and feel the difference they make on the ice.
Marc's the unsung hero around here. I think you go back almost 8 years, any guy would say that. Probably one of the guys that spends a little bit more time with him than the average guy. So he's a guy that I lean on so heavily, especially this year, to kind of get me through. I truly don't think there's anybody better than him in college hockey or in pro. We're so fortunate to have a guy like Marc, and he's always an open book for us, so we really love him here. Vaughan came in and he didn't skip a beat. He kind of established his goals for us and kind of his values in the weight room, and he's been an integral part in our success the last 3 years and getting back to the tournament that first year. He's a really energetic guy and wants the best for us, and we're always really appreciative of the work that he puts in for us every single day.
After all these years, Paquet and Vaughan credit one man in particular for how they got their start here in Amherst.
Coming here and working for Carv is like almost like a dream come true. Like I tell him this kind of all the time, like he's the reason that I'm here, like the way he runs his staff, the way he has trust and faith in the people to do their jobs. So there's no micromanagement involved. Carv's active in terms of asking like what we're doing, how we're feeling, kind of gaining my opinion on things, but for the most part, he lets me do my job.
So when I came in, Carv said that he wanted to try to make this place as much like a professional hockey environment as possible and to take my experiences that I'd had working for the Calgary Flames and bring it here. And for me, it was half that and then half just coming to a place where I can live and work closer to where I grew up. When I first started, Carv said, hopefully we can get this team to 500, that would be great. And 2 years later, we're in the national championship game.
But as for Greg Carville, he shares the same admiration for his right-hand men.
Strength coach has always been, to me, a really pivotal position on your staff. I think there's a culture that's created in the weight room. And the summertime, it's really, I tell whoever my strength coach is, I tell them, it's your team. Take care of them. And Mike's been outstanding. He's hockey specific, which is important at this level, as you have a strength coach who really knows how to train hockey players. He's very knowledgeable, high energy, positive energy. I think he does a tremendous job. He knows has a really good feel for what I want the culture to be, and he adds to it, and that's everybody's job here is to help build the culture. He has a huge impact on me. I have a lot of trust in Marc, and I think he's very wise, very knowledgeable, but also very, very wise, and has a great thumb on the pulse of our team. It provides me a lot of useful information, which as a head coach, it's what you need from all your staff members, but Marc is particularly great at it.
As for Paquet and Vaughan, they couldn't be more proud of the work that they've done here at Amherst.
It's been quite an experience. If you would have said when I first walked in that the room would look like this, that we would have some trophies behind us, I would have said, I don't know, maybe, hopefully, but beyond my wildest dreams. This place has done a complete 180 since I've been here, and it's been an awesome ride.
What really all of this comes down to is the work that the guys put in and day out. I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the effort and the commitment they put into everything that we do here in this room.